Looks like we're ready. All right, call the meeting to order. Roll call.
Leaders,
Here.
Schultz.
Here.
Larson.
Here.
Chapman.
Here.
Silkworth.
Here.
All right. Looks like everybody is here. So the minutes, did everybody have a chance to look over the minutes? Do I have a motion?
So moved?
Second. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. All right. Okay, so I'm going to read the statement. Excuse me. The public hearings will be conducted pursuant to the commission's rules of procedure. We will first hear the report of the planning director on the detailed information and observations regarding the request before the commission, if not done so in written form prior to the hearing. Next, we will take the testimony of the applicant and his or her witnesses. Upon completion of the applicant's testimony, I will call upon members of the audience wishing to be heard concerning the request. Persons in favor of the request shall be heard first, followed by those opposed to it. At any time during the presentation of testimony, the members of the commission may interrupt to ask questions or make comments on what has been said. Upon completion of all testimony, the applicant will be allowed to make a closing statement to the commission. Upon completion of the applicant's closing statement, I will entertain a motion from the commission to close the public hearing on the request. The commission reserves the right to ask questions of any member of the audience. However, we will not hear any unsolicited statements unless the public hearing is first reopened. Each speaker addressing this commission shall step forward to the podium and state their name and address before proceeding with their testimony or evidence. This commission shall not be bound by strict rules of evidence, but does reserve the right to exclude evidence or testimony that it may deem irrelevant, immaterial, incompetent, or duly repetitious. As chairman, I will rule on all questions relating to the admissibility of the evidence, which may be overruled by a majority of the commission. Continuances may be granted by the commission in case for good cause shown to any interested party who has entered their appearance. The commission may request a continuance of a hearing for the purpose of giving further notice, taking further evidence, gathering further information, touring the proposed site, or for such other reasons as the commission may find sufficient. In such case, we shall state the specific reason for the continuance and set a date, time, and place when the matter will be continued. All official actions of this commission will be made at a public meeting by motion made, seconded, and a polling of the membership. If conditions are imposed, such conditions shall be included in the motion or amendment thereto. Our final decision will be prepared in writing and will be part of the public record of this commission. All right. Do I have a motion to open public hearing for case sub 2026-07?
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. The public hearing is open. And it looks like we have James and Monica Hughes or your representative. Would you like to step forward, please? Good evening. And please state your name and address.
My name is Mark Hughes and my address is 56434 240th Street in Glenwood, Iowa.
Okay. And you, sir?
Zach Reed, representing HGM Associates, 645th Avenue, here in Council Bluffs.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
The reason we're here is to present the preliminary plat for a new subdivision at the corner of Pioneer Trail and Dumfries Avenue. It is a subdivision that is going to be in 5 phases. First phase is laid out for 36 lots. When we bring in the phase 2, 3, 4, and 5, it'll total approximately 139 lots. And we're here to answer any questions you may have about that project.
Quiet group.
Yeah, we're reading.
Everybody knows about it. I mean, it's like we all kind of knew it was coming, so.
Excited to see it coming.
Yeah, a little while ago.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So, tell me, who will own the outlot, the drainage way as it goes through?
Jim and Monica Hughes are going to maintain ownership of that.
Will that ever be able to be sold?
Yes. I don't think that's the intention, but they could sell it.
I'm curious about, maintaining it, the maintenance of that over time.
I
Not so
believe,
worried about the first generation.
yeah. Yeah. Well, it's very good farm ground down through there, and it's been set up to farm. I think that's what the idea in the future is, to continue to farm it.
You'll continue to farm the drainage way
Correct.
area.
Yeah.
Because
Those-
it's fairly sizable.
Dozer work has been done and shaped the ditches and everything to make it easier to farm.
And does this subdivision have any sidewalks? We've got 100 and some lots in the total. So when Joe wants to go over to Harry's house, he's walking on the road.
Yeah, with it being out in the county and the large lots they are, it wouldn't be typical to have sidewalks on a county subdivision with that large of lots. So no, it's not currently planned for sidewalks. I don't know if there be examples in the area that would have sidewalks on that large of lots, but
Do we have that many lots all in one subdivision?
it was a large piece of land to start with in the first place. It was around 240 acres farm. So it's a really big piece of land with 4 roads on all sides of it.
Yeah.
So it's a little bigger than maybe most pieces of land that are developed.
Woodland Acres would probably be the next closest one to that, and that was built back in '80s,
Yeah.
they've been doing their Parkwood Acres, I guess, down there on Woodland Trail. But,
That's your subdivision.
No, we've got
yeah, you
How many?
I wish they did. Probably not cost too much.
Trace View did like a, kind of a lap around their neighborhood up there.
That's on the outs.
Yeah,
How
back
many
of the
lots in your
lot.
subdivision?
How many's in Bentry?
Oh, wow. And it was a 6-phase, yeah, 6-phase subdivision, so I imagine it's probably pushing close to 200 lots, I would imagine.
It does state though, right here, it does say sidewalks in the general nature and type of improvements proposed.
You know, Zach?
No, it does not have sidewalks.
Okay.
And I would say on the drainage, way that they're planning on keeping in their name is that the county will have them put an agricultural easement piece over that so that it can even, the deed restriction and ag deed restriction to it. So that way, it cannot be built upon or altered.
and it can't anyway, right? Because it's a
It's a flood zone.
waterway or something.
I mean, it's in a flood zone on there and it has some pieces that go with it, but
Yeah.
we came across that on Trace View, where Trace View had the parking lot that was set up for the trail that wound up getting, pulled off on a tax sale piece of it. And then
Russ
we-
Kane's
Yeah.
favorite piece of property.
yeah, and a number of people have come in and tried to build on it, and, I mean, it'll be designated as an outlot with that on there. The outlot designation itself gives it where our code states that you can't be built on it, but I would think lessons learned from Tracy, we just want to double down on that and make sure that it can,
Well, it's certainly big enough to build
right.
on.
Big one are you guys talking about? AOB.
A big one.
The big
Yeah.
one, which is a part of phase 1.
Right.
But they have that A, which is a small one. Phases.
Will water?
Yeah. Rural water's been brought to the property already.
Power, fiber,
Yes.
fiber too?
Yep. Western Iowa Networks.
They committed.
Yeah, as far as I know, they've committed. Yeah. Yeah.
If they didn't commit, is there anything that, because here's what's happened. I found out that, hey, that's the most overlooked thing in this area. Didn't commit to bringing fiber, people don't have fiber. Or wireless communications, so they're just out of luck. So that's my pet peeve is 100% commitment from that carrier.
I would say right now, that's probably a little bit less of a current concern just based on, we have 2 different companies in the area, the board of supervisors are signed on with. that received a large amount of funding from the state to make sure that we have fiber.
So they'll do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Honestly, if we didn't have fiber to the project, we wouldn't have a feasible project today. It's the most important question people ask when building a house today.
Yeah.
Is if they have it.
Fiber or
If they
wireless.
don't, if you don't have it, you've got a problem. So
Did you guys check on the wireless cell phone?
I've never looked into the
I
Starlink.
live right there.
It works,
Works great.
good, everything, good. Okay, yep.
The county went preemptively on this project, did 3 different things. One was they contributed to the water line
Yep.
being down to the property for this subdivision and the subdivision across from Dumfries. And on this one in particular, they upgraded 240th Street to a full depth asphalt road, and they upgraded a section of Dumfries, same thing, full depth asphalt road in preparation for the Hughes development
Good.
on this. So, I mean, there's a large investment that's already been made in the area.
Okay,
It's a huge, I mean, economic development impacts would be huge, you know, with the fact that you're going from farm ground to 139 homes now. Venturing to guess most of these are pretty
Over time.
nice homes. I mean, it's gonna, yeah, once
Yeah.
the tips up, but yeah. I'm glad to see it happen.
Well, it causes me to think about, when I think about walkways and the desire for people to have safe places to walk, that we ought to consider upgrading our county code to have a walkway on one side of the street. Especially when I think about folks walking down to the Wabash Trace, right? I mean, you're gonna get out of your home, walk out of your front door and walk down to the trail. Or bicycle down to the trail, and having that kind of an access way, I would think would pay for itself 10 times over, even in the sale of that lot. That you could demonstrate a safe, accessible trail from every home in 149 homes down to and between each other. And to that, I also think it would be really great if there was a pedestrian connection between the east and the west side of the subdivision. I know if you're farming, that might be a little bit of a hiccup, to be moving farm equipment over a sidewalk or a trail or something, but I know those aren't all in first phase. I mean, those are changes that could happen over time, but neighbors like to walk to neighbors' places, and having a safe way to do that, I think would be really great.
I mean, it depends. 'Cause back when I was on the board, I was part of all this, and we were so focused on trying to get water to that place so we could get the 1 acre lots and smaller, I don't think we ever even thought about doing sidewalks. And even then, it was just getting some development out that way in general. That's why we kind of,
Yeah, I don't disagree that, 139 or
yeah.
lots will be a good boom to the county's treasury, but I don't know what a sidewalk would cost, one side of the street for that. And I know, living on Greenview Road and watching people walk in the road, that it would be much appreciated from a public use standpoint. It's one thing if there's 10 houses, and you have 10 cars going up and down a street. And it's another thing when there's a lot more.
Like a small town.
Well, that was another thing too. We thought about even traffic out of there, because right now, 240th is gravel
Yeah,
going north. And so most people are gonna go down Pioneer Trail now to get out of there, and that's gonna put a lot of traffic on.
We're upgrading 240th Street this year.
All the way
From
up to 92.
all the way up to 92.
Loop in Chestnut for me would be
It's
great.
gonna get upgraded to Silco to try to help divert some of the traffic away
That'd be
from.
great. Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, so we had the availability to do that this year at a decent price, and so that is getting done. Unfortunately, we've come up to where there's going to be a large dirt moving project on 240th Street. If a permit gets issued here in the city of Council Bluffs, so we're trying to time the improvements to that road to when this dirt moving project happens, so that we don't ruin a brand new county road that gets put in. in there. But, and on, and it may be that what you're speaking to, the land use plan and division and code upgrades will start happening in 2028, to be ready for effective to 2030. What I would state on the way it is set up right now is what I think what the expectation is of a rural subdivision, to be that way, and that we're such a shortage of lots that
Yeah.
we have to do something to get some lots going out there. And
they're big enough down the road, it's not like it could potentially happen someday, honestly.
Well,
the
And
road
their
right away.
setbacks what are you doing setbacks, 75 or?
I think they're 75.
The county setback to 75 unless
Yeah.
Tracy was the only one that
And the
went
right of
further.
way
They
is-
went 100.
how wide is the road right away?
66.
66, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a 25-foot road you're paving?
26.
26? Yeah, there's plenty of room for a sidewalk in the public right of way, but it's a little harder to put it in after the fact rather than with,
And I would say, we don't have any we're not set up for any regulations surrounding sidewalks like a city would be, to where, the rules of maintenance and maintaining and repair and who's going and fixing what and when.
Yeah. Jason landowners is their responsibility.
But this,
Yeah.
yeah, we just don't have any of those rules set forth right now.
Well, we should. When we're building 140 homes, that will be family homes.
Yeah. I mean, I like the, and I'll take some of that hit on that too, because back when we were doing this, we never even thought,
Yeah,
we were so focused on just trying to get that thing developed. And they were like, we'll run water, we'll pave your road, like we were doing all those things to try to get that
Yeah.
just to happen. So we didn't even think about it. I mean, it would be great, it really would. But, I mean, at this stage of the game, it's kind of nice to see it's even coming. I'm glad that the water actually worked out too, because that was a back and forth too.
Everything's taking a little bit longer than expected,
Yeah.
but we're here now.
When do you plan on starting building?
We're planning on starting the dirt work fairly soon. We just have to finish some of the, simple projects we're working on, but I would hope in the next 2 to 4 weeks, we have dirt equipment moving.
And then the first
dirt and
house
shaping.
built next year, this year?
I would think summer
Okay.
to
Pretty quick.
fall of
There's
next
some up
year.
now, like if you drive up there now.
Oh, yeah, houses being built right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we call them outlots, but
Gotcha.
we're able to take them out of the addition to get them started, but we're on our second house right now, and the basement just got dug and the footings are in. It's a couple that moved here from Corning, Iowa, so.
Saw some guys building a barn or like a shed. or
Same
something.
project,
Super
yeah.
Nice, yeah.
Covenants, I'm assuming.
Yes, yeah.
All right, any more questions for these gentlemen?
No, I just make a comment that I'm really excited to see that this.
Thank you.
Thanks for all your patience with the county,
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
it done. So,
Well, we appreciate what the county did for us with helping with the water and paving those roads. I mean, talk about above and beyond what you guys did is amazing. I mean, it's just unbelievably amazing. We're excited for the project, so.
I wish we would've got to you sooner before you sold that 18 acres off, the.
I know
other
too.
side.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, a short 40 that was there, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, different rules at the time.
All right, thank you, guys. Appreciate it. All right, anybody want to speak in favor?
I can give you a little help on cost.
If you want to speak, come on up and state your name and address, and we'll let you talk.
I'm Chuck Hildreth, 411 Crescent, Iowa, mayor of Crescent. Talk about cost. I just got a price for 1,100 feet by 54 inches wide concrete sidewalk, $55,000.
Okay.
2 years ago was 20. You want to know what cost? It's expensive. So just
It is.
let you know so you know what that costs.
Okay.
So just
Thanks, Joe.
give my little FYI.
Yep.
Appreciate that. I wish you could have been there and told us that before, like we would have probably made that happen.
Anybody else here to speak in favor? And none, anybody here to speak opposed? see any. Would you guys like to make a final statement? I think you already probably did, but Jen, if you want.
Again, my name is Mark Hughes, with Mark Hughes Construction, part of Jimmy Hughes Real Estate in Glenwood. But you guys as a county, you know, what you guys did for the project when you agreed to bring the roads and pave the roads on multiple sides of the subdivision and help bring the water to the project. I mean, it was just absolutely amazing what the county did for the project. I mean, just pretty much whatever could be done to help, you guys were just all in, and we were just shocked by what you did for the project, and we just look forward to it and just think it'll be a great partnership. So, yeah. But, you know, I go to some of the home builder meetings in Council Bluffs, and they usually hold up a Pizza King, and a lot of the builders are always there just saying, we're short of lots, and I just think it should be a good project for our family and the other builders in Council Bluffs. So, thank you.
Thanks. All right, any further comments from the board? All right, staff recommendation.
Our recommendation would be to move it forward to the Board of Supervisors with your approval on the project. The Hugheses are, well, they have developed some things in Pottawattamie County before. They haven't done anything to this scale. I think we've been out there trying to recruit new people to come in and build things and do things in the county, and I'm glad that they're here and willing to do this with us, so.
All right.
Yep. I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. The public hearing is closed. Any further discussion from the board? All right. Do we have a motion to approve or deny?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Roll call.
Chapman,
Yes.
Silkworth,
Yes.
Leaders,
Yes.
Schultz,
Yes.
Larson.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
sorry, I lost my place.
Looks like the motion carried. It's for approval, and now it goes on to the Board of Supervisors.
Thank you so much.
You bet.
Have a night.
Thank you. All right, looking for a motion to open public hearing for case number ZMA 2026-02.
Make a motion to approve, open.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, public hearing is open, and come on forward, Chuck.
Okay, Chuck Hilder, 411 Powell Street and 300 Old Lincoln Highway, Honey Creek. So I owned C&A Scales. Started in 85, bought the Honey Creek place back in 87. Way back, even Kay Mocha helped me build my buildings, lay them out. And I way back when, a little quick story, I said, I always want to build a house there. She goes, oh yeah, you can do that. Well, 40 years later, I got to change because we went from agriculture to commercial. Now I want to go back to residential because my plan, my wife and I are down to 30 homes to build. Which one is to build a house there? So I will no longer be the mayor of Crescent of 631 people, but I'm gonna move into Honey Creek. I'm going to, my main office is at like 4 phases. I will be tearing down part of that phase. I don't want it. I'm leaving part of it for my new golf simulator room and my 2 classic cars. That's about, I talked to Craig Jensen about putting in a second driveway. He says, yeah, as long as you're 50, 60 feet away from the ditch. He said, that's good. Somebody said, well, you're in part of the floodplain. The only flood I've got is on the very end of the property, and that's because the ditch is full of mud. And I was gonna have my grandson dig it out this year, but we just ran out of time. And that was when we had, we flooded, the shop flooded like 2 years ago. And that's because the ditch across the street was full and it ran all over. And Craig did come clean the ditch out, so that'll never happen again. Yeah. Oh,
I'll knock on wood for you.
what's that?
I said I knocked on wood for you.
Yeah. Well, it's like 8 feet deep at the road, but then it just keeps going up and up and up, and I was gonna get my nephew's backhoe to come in and dig it all out, but we just have run out of time. School started, football started, so I lost him. I lost my help.
Just to clarify for the board, so the request that he has to make is currently their zone C2, which is our general commercial district. You cannot build a single family dwelling in a C2 district, so it will be reverting back to, or go to a class A4, which is our Lust Hills district, which mirrors all the zoning that's currently around the property on there. So in the A4 district, then they'll be able to.
And Pam's giving me all, I need to be X amount of feet back from the highway. I'm like 90. It's a big lot. We're gonna build a 2-bedroom house, which is all I want. So.
Okay. Any questions from the board? All right, I think that's it for now.
All right,
Thank you.
all right, thanks.
All right, anybody want to speak in favor? Seeing none, anybody speak opposed? All right, see none. Do we have a motion to close the public hearing?
Make a motion.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, staff recommendation.
Yeah, it'll meet with the land use plan to get reverted back to A4 zoning. I always hate to lose any amount of commercial ground that we have, but it'll work. There we go.
The adjacent properties are all zoned
A4.
A4.
Mhm.
So this will,
We talked to all the land, Frank Grand and.
Yeah.
Oh man, the old man helped me get this converted anyways.
yeah,
Kids don't care.
It was a little bit of an island up by itself.
yeah, I think that's great.
Okay, any further discussion from the board?
Make a motion to approve.
We have a motion to
Second.
approve and we have a second. Roll call?
Schultz,
Yes.
Larson,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Silkworth,
Yes.
Leaders.
Yes. All right, on the final case number ZMA 2026-03, I will have to abstain from this particular one because I represent the owner of this property as the Realtor. So I will turn it over to Pam. I will.
Yeah.
Oh, Pam, I know who you are. Okay, sorry.
There, I wrote my name down.
There you go.
Pam, get it.
You just leave them even? Okay, so help me through.
Just need a motion to open the case now.
Motion to open case 02603.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay,
All in favor?
All
All in favor?
All in favor?
okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Good to go.
Would you like to come up?
Northpark Holdings.
Tell us what you're gonna do.
Hi, I'm Jerry Copiaz. I'm with G-Force Containers. We have the property under contract for acquisition. And the purpose of us being here is to approach you for permission to rezone the property so we can expand our growing operation. What we do is we sell and rent and modify shipping containers. And so our little lot in downtown Neola is quickly grown too small. And we'd like to continue to call Neola and Pottawattamie County our homes. And so we found this property and next to the interstate, which has good access for us and also helps us remove some traffic from within Neola itself. And so, yeah, please consider us for rezoning.
So they're looking at moving from a class C1 zoning district, which is our highway commercial right now, to a class I1, which is our limited industrial district on there. They did take the extra step. I asked them to go to the city of Neola first to make sure that the city of Neola was going to be in favor of something like this. We didn't block Neola out of anything. So in the packet, there's a letter of a support from the city of Neola, that they're good with the zoning change and that it complies with what they're asking. What their future, not what they're asking, what their future plans would be. So
I got a couple questions for you.
Sure.
So where this is at now, that's not in city limits,
It's just outside.
it's outside. And then your location in town, are you gonna continue to use that lot? too?
We're gonna continue to use it on a limited basis. We have our shop there. We're not proposing any structures for this new property. So we would continue to use our shop there. We also have some self-storage there as well. And with the property being in the floodplain, we'd like to keep those customers located well above the floodplain.
What about the easement into the field?
Not an issue at all.
Hmm.
I said that's not an issue at all to maintain an easement and allow.
For the farmer to access that field behind her.
Correct. That's completely anticipated. And so absolutely.
So, do you currently have the trailers? I saw on the aerial photo that there's trailers being stored there
Yes, I do.
already on a piece of it, and then you're just simply expanding.
Correct. Well, we're also acquiring that section and then the section behind it as well. We're currently renting the piece that we're on.
I see. So are there requirements for any type of screening?
there's not requirements for any type of screening. And I had driven by and I knew that question was gonna pop up about there. You could,
Well, we have this interstate access.
Mhm.
It's how Neola gets to the interstate, gets to the rest of the world, right? It's how the rest of the world gets to Neola. And I appreciate shipping and accommodating shipping containers and how that contributes to our economy. But quite frankly, it's not going to be a beautiful entrance to the city of Neola, an expanded semi-tractor trailer storage yard or containers, shipping containers. And it wouldn't take much to make it less visible from the interstate and more of a good front door to the city of Neola. And I guess that's what I would ask that you consider doing, to plant a double row of evergreen trees around your property or a mix of shrubs that get to, it could be a row of lilacs or Amur maples or something that would kind of soften the view of your land use and make it pleasant for the person pulling off the interstate and heading downtown, right? That's just one of the things that, from a public use standpoint, I think would really go a long way.
No, I completely understand the sentiment. Plus, we have people that visit the property. One of our advantages is that potential customers can come see the containers before they buy. And so we certainly want to have a presentable facility there for those customers and for people driving by too. We want to be a good neighbor for Neola. They've treated us very well. And I know that was something that they mentioned is, something that they want us to be focused on. And so I think it is important to make sure it's presentable and being, sensitive to the fact that it is a gateway to the community.
Yeah, it's prime real estate for a gateway kind of component. So, and there would be property benefits to you as well, that you would have a better looking facility and you would have a natural windbreak, that would help keep the wind velocities down a wee bit and I know it's not required. That's what you're telling me. With
Doesn't
this,
mean it can't go along with your recommendation.
yeah, well, I would, suggest that we include some kind of recommendation for some screening.
Okay.
Is it refurbished containers or new containers?
So we have multiple grades. We have units that we call multi-trip they're basically used units.
Is it a Connex box?
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
Yeah, they're just Connexes, 40 footers and 20
You
footers.
just get them whatever from, meaning, you're not manufacturing.
No, we're not. They're coming to us, they call off hire. We also have one trip units, which are basically new. They come loaded crossed once with the intent of selling. And so those units obviously look much nicer, nice paint, nice.
You change them up, prep them, meaning
Yes.
repaint them and make them pretty.
Yeah, we offer options to paint them, modify them,
Okay, so
cut holes
whatever.
in them, whatever our customers
So it's a
want.
storage yard, basically, that
Mhm.
this front is. It's a storage yard for shipping containers, kind of like over by, I-80 and that train area.
On a smaller scale, yes.
Yeah,
Yep, yep,
They're able to stack them too high.
yeah, that's all of our
yep. Okay.
limitations.
And then what are you gonna use as a base?
Right now, there's on the lot that we occupy is a rock base, and then there's some asphalt in there. So we're looking at on the virgin areas of the property to lay a good base down, at least 3 inch, and then build it up from there.
This area that says floodway, will there be containers there? Or
No.
Just,
No, we're that's basically going to be in reserve. Right now, we don't need that much property, so it's going to be maintained as a floodway where no containers will be.
okay. So currently, right now, you just have trailers here, right?
Correct,
Not further
correct.
in. Okay. Else?
No?
Thank you.
Thank you. Against or for?
Does anybody else here want to speak for?
Before.
Mitch Kai, 219 Railroad in Collin, Iowa. I'm one of the two property owners at the property currently. And just from different things we've tried to evaluate doing with the property, with it being C2, it makes it really, really tough with that floodway being right behind it because there's no water or sewer access. So for laterals and that sort of stuff, it really eliminates kind of any other use for the property in the C2. So we're pretty excited about this and for them to get something going. So bring that forward. Thank you.
Anybody opposed? Want to speak? Staff recommendations?
Again, I just make note that we made sure we had asked City Neola. City Neola was good. They know the use, they know that, what we're moving to and that they're okay with it. So, we recommend, recommendation go forward to the Board of Supervisors for approval.
I have a question for you. If this was a building being constructed on the site, you would have to set it back some distance from that property line. Does that change within a residential zoning versus a commercial zoning in the county?
Yes. Yeah, industrial and commercial, both have different setbacks.
So what would be the setback to a building
On commercial,
on commercial?
10 feet. Unless it abuts ag, then it's 50 feet, I think.
Right.
Does this abut ag?
It's going I, right? We're going industrial on this?
We're going industrial on this.
Oh.
So setback's 10 feet,
That is-
so that
If the property
abuts an A or R zone, which then makes it 50 feet. Yes, it abuts an A zone.
So they would have to, if they were building a building, they're not building a building,
Right.
right? They're just storing these trailers. You'd have to have 50 feet.
And it's in an undetermined, the DNR is doing the work right now to mark out exactly where the floodplain's at, where the floodplain and floodway are at. It's in an unstudied area.
So
So, I mean, that process takes like 180 days.
Is that just because it butts up against that ditch? Is that why we?
There's a creek right there, yeah.
Yeah. Well, a 20-foot buffer would go a long way, you know, and that would support a row of evergreen trees or a row of painter maples or a double row of lilacs or something. And I think that that would be at least for the frontage, you know, on the main road to Neola and around the corner. That would be my recommendation, that we include that with that suggestion with our motions. And I'd be prepared to make that motion when everyone else is ready.
Make a motion.
I have nothing else.
I guess, just for discussion of what you're saying, so you're just asking them to maybe do some area beautification with trees and things like that.
Farms, trees.
That's right.
grass.
I don't have a problem with the land use. I just don't want the land use to be right up to the property line and every shipping container on the lot being visible as the first thing that you come into town.
Yeah.
And having just a little bit of grace in that lot would go a long way to making the place look good and be a good neighbor to the downtown.
I 100% agree. You know, my only question would be, are we setting a precedent by doing that with this property versus what we've done, say, in Underwood with Jack Links and some of the other, you know, I'm trying to think of some of the interstate industrial areas that we've had along the way. Have we ever required anything like that before, and is that going to be an issue?
I'd say they haven't before, but most of the ones that come along, but every one of them that's come along beforehand has probably come with a structure and a building site plan, which then we get involved in those pieces of it at that point in time. Since this one is a use that doesn't have that on it, this would be the first time that it's come along, but.
Yeah, I just know the board is going to ask that question, so I mean, I'm with you. I mean, I think it'd be good to have it. I don't know how much the government can require that, but.
There's a lot on the site things that can be done or are done in other jurisdictions, right? I mean, people in rural counties too, because I mean, this week I'm going up for the COZO conference. There'll be other ones up there that get really in depth into people's site plans and dictate, you know, where it is, what they're doing, what plantings they are, all of those things. So I don't think asking for, you know, a row of evergreen trees as a condition to the rezoning part of it is too much to ask at all.
How big though? That's the other question.
Well, if we were doing a row of evergreen trees, I'd say that we should plant something that's 4 foot tall minimum.
Not the little.
Not
Baby
quite the baby seedlings, but,
Substantial.
but,
I mean, I guess we would just make this as a recommendation to the board when they go to approve this, right? So they can either take it or leave it.
Right.
Be up to the board that.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm fine with that recommendation, so I'll second your motion. You already made the motion, right?
I,
Restate it.
do I need to restate it for you? Yeah, I would move for approval with the provision of a, landscape buffer.
Close the public hearing first.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, let's close the public hearing. I'll make motion. Thanks.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Now you wanna make your motion?
Sure, I'll make that motion. I would move for approval, with the, stipulation that there be a landscape, buffer around the public right of way, the Main Street to Neola and around the corner of the access way.
So just friendly amendment, and I'll second it, just recommendation that they do that, and then the board can.
Sure.
With what type of plan?
I'll second with that.
It should be a mix of evergreen and deciduous, or all evergreen. If you want me to start getting specific, I could find an economical way to help you do that. We have a second?
Yeah, it was.
Yes, okay. Yes,
Schultz,
Yes.
Larson.
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes,
Soper.
yes.
okay, you've been approved, then it'll go on to the Board of Supervisors for the next phase.
Thank you.
That's it, right?
Back over to Lynn.
Any other business, Matt?
No other business tonight?
Okay, I'll look for a motion to adjourn
Motion adjourned.
in a second.
Second.
Motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Good to go?
All right, y'all.